everyone. So I wasn't expecting to make a video, but I had a very peculiar request from my spirit guides, and I'm abiding by it. I don't know why. I feel like it's really significant for someone. And apologies, I've got a puppy. Well, he's not a puppy, he's an older guy now, but he really wants to play 24/7. I'm dog sitting at the moment, so you will hear him. Yes, hey Bobby, 2 minutes, I promise. You will hear him pattering about, trying to make me go outside with him. But for some reason, I have to eat a pear. Well, eat something on camera, and I'm eating a pear at the moment. So I wasn't planning on doing this. And it's interesting because I sat down and I've got doors in between rooms. I'm selling like a conservatory part of this house, and I've got the windows open. But the door between the kitchen and the living room came open. Now that will be because of the windows, but there was something about making sure that doors aren't open. And I was reminded about a time when I went outside to take out the bins or put something in the bins when it was really late, and I left the door open and I felt something move behind me and go into my house, and I was like, absolutely not, like I saw you, I caught you. So just be mindful at this time, what's in your energy and why. And yeah, things sneaking in, I'm hearing. So we're going to cleanse the space today with this bell, as I don't have all my things that I normally like to film with. But you don't need much. That feels like the message, and I feel this is why I've kind of been guided to come and share when I just wasn't supposed to be. I'm eating on camera. I don't think that's something that I've ever done before. It's like, maybe do things that you wouldn't normally do, because you're going to get very different results than you're expecting. So I'm going to pull some cards from such a cute deck that a friend got me when she went to Japan, which is Unicorn Tarot, which is the only major arcana card. So we're going to work with what we've got. And we've got the Fool. We've got the Fool, and I don't believe this is the first card. I feel like this is going to be the last card, because the first card is actually the Tower, and the Tower has been coming up a lot this week. So just brace yourselves, everyone. We have moved into Saturn into retrograde, and I feel like this is going to make a lot be what do I want to say? I want to say moveribus, which isn't a word, but there's going to be a lot of moving parts right now that some might be connecting into. So if you feel like you just need to hermit and retreat, I would listen to this calling, because you're ready for a rebirth. But I think that you're going through still some sort of initiation to be the Empress, and gender neutral here, but there's something about your divine feminine energy now moving and forming into a space of really combining that masculine and feminine all at the exact same time. And I think for some, you've really been having to get out of your masculine energy. So you've been very heavily in the feminine. You now heal the feminine. So now you're working in unison with both of these energies. And I love these two little cards that aren't cards in this deck, but I feel like they're always telling me something. So maybe look into the eyes of these unicorns and see what they're telling you. And it's really interesting because my friend didn't know, but I posted a video with basically almost the exact same image of wings like this. It was a light language video, which is over on my Instagram, and she gave me these cards, and I said, have you seen that? And she was like, no. And I showed her, and she went, wow. So everyone's turning into believers, everyone. That feels like such a strong energy that is coming through this week. So I'm just going to tune in and see what wants to come forward. Pears is very significant, and I went through a phase of not eating apples at all and just pears. And the other day, a packet of pears was on the stairs. And I said apple and pears, which in Cockney rhyme slang I believe is stairs. And at that time, I laughed at myself harder than I should have. But now there's something more about these pears, and I have just eaten an apple. I've eaten a peach, an apple, and a pear. PAP. Is that an acronym for something? PAP? I don't know. This is very interesting energy. If I'm being honest, I feel like I'm just supposed to be here giving energy. There's something to that right now. So, sending you energy if you need it. Don't be a taker of energy either, too. That feels like such a strong message. I'm just looking at the, these markings here. Don't be a taker of energy. Yeah, find your own shield. And I was really drawn to be looking at my chest plate, and there's a few people that have stopped me in my life and said, well, this is a talisman for you. And I didn't really think about it at the time, but now that I look back, the time that I got this was a very significant moment in my life, and I feel like actually this has been setting me up for my future in ways that I couldn't have ever possibly imagined, that are coming to full fruition now, which is really interesting. So maybe looking at the past is going to help you where you are right now and moving into the future. And it really feels like a lot of people have been in this space of really assessing the past, myself included. The good, the bad, the ugly feels like, yeah, it's at the forefront. Yeah, the High Priestess. And I'm seeing this as the Magician too. You're alchemizing something really deep, some of you here, that I think has been ingrained in your family lineage for a long time, yeah. But it's taken you great strength to move through this time. We've just stepped into Leo season, which to some I think is offering you all the energies and the frequencies that you've been waiting for. But we've got the Devil here. And I watched Devil's Advocate last night, and I haven't watched that movie in a very long time. And I think the last time I watched it, it was just on the background. And when I watched it this time, I received so much more than I could have possibly imagined. And I think there's something to that. Look at the wickedness of your past, because it's here to teach you something. And that sounds really extreme, but you're going to get it if you get it. And I think there is more to that. Some of you are waking up to the fact that there's so much more to your life than you could have anticipated. Yeah, the Lovers in the Hierophant. And you're finding that balance within now, so that the devil isn't ruling your life. And this can be, you know, shadow aspects of self. You can take this to literal entities. However you perceive the devil. Yeah, from devilish energy to love. And for some of you, maybe this is moving through religion to bring you to this space. And, you know, maybe this is not something you've ever thought of before. Or maybe you're now assessing what that means to you. And this is helping you, yeah, find what your true world is. And this feels really deep. This feels really deep, so ask for support. And maybe you don't know who to ask for support more anymore. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, maybe you are in a crisis of faith right now, and you don't know who to trust. And it's going to take great strength to remind you that you are the High Priestess, and you are the Empress, and you get to start again. But if you're in this tower energy, you know, just retreat. That's okay. There doesn't need to be a public display. Oh, some of you feel like you have been on public display for a tower moment, and now you're healing from this. Or perhaps you still feel like you're in a tower, but you're not. You've already started again, but you just can't see it because you're in your emotions. For some of you, what you're feeling isn't showing, but you feel laid bare. And I feel like I've said this before, and it's not that you're disguising or hiding, it's just you're not seeing yourself clearly. This feels like for only some here, you're truly not seeing yourself clearly. The reflection that you see isn't clear right now. Perhaps you're just still letting go of some emotions right now. Yeah, some heaviness of the past is leaving you. Yeah, but you still feel in the tower. It's so interesting because I'm sat in, you know, most people's energies here for the most part. You know, there's a lot of people that come through these spaces, and I don't know what time you're going to receive this, but I feel everyone's energy, and no one feels like they are in the tower outwardly. And maybe this is a spiritual awakening that is happening, that is making you feel like the tower, but actually this is your fresh start. I feel like maybe that's more of the expression for most, and you've retreated because you felt like this, everything was falling apart, but it was giving you a fresh start. Wow. That's what it was. You've been giving a fresh start. I'm being drawn to bees. I'm being drawn to lavender. I'm being drawn to ancient Greece. I've seen a lot of pigeons and doves, dragonflies. I'm being drawn to rocks, as in like rocks and pebbles formations, that type of thing. And there was a specific formation that came through another video the other day, which I will tag in the description. It might be significant for some, because all of these placements aligned around the whole entirety of the world. And I can't remember who first did that, but there was someone that first did this on the map. They mapped out every rock formation that was in a complete straight line all around the world. And that's evidence to say, you know, everything is a lot more constructed than we are giving ourselves, well, than we've been given the knowledge of that. And my whole body has just gone freezing cold. So I feel like some of you are tapping into expressions that you just didn't think possible. And now that it's here for you, you might be panicking. And now that you've seen everything, you might think, oh gosh, like what do I do now? I feel like also this might feel what this tower is, but you're just at a standstill so that you can filter through and have this fresh start. There's something about not rushing at this time, not moving through emotions too quickly, and not being reactive. Yeah, it feels like something that's in my throat chakra close. Something is trying to either stifle your voice through reactive, I keep wanting to say something else, but reactive programming keeps coming to mind. And maybe this is something that you know that you have fell victim of in the past. People were sent to provoke you and you fell into that trap. You're no longer in that trap because you've seen it for what it is. But there's something about reacting and retracting at this time and finding the balance within that. And everyone's situation is going to be very different, but also difficult. Some of you are in a very tricky time right now because things are vying for your energy that you didn't even believe to exist. And now you believe that they exist and you've gone, oh my gosh, like what do I do? I'm here if you wish to talk through that. But don't move too quickly and remain grounded and know that you have the authority over yourself. Nothing has the authority over you. And this is something that came through so loud and clear in the devil's advocate. You know, the devil will always use our free will. Well, use our free will as a weapon. They can't tell you what to do, but they can turn things as such to make you move in a very specific way. And I think some are now looking back in their life and thinking, I understand now what happened. I chose the temptations, I chose whatever that is. Yeah, and now you're understanding how important temperance is, to have balance, to move with authenticity and truth. Yeah, your cups are being filled, so don't panic, but yeah, there's something. You're waiting for like this light bulb moment to come in, and you're not wrong in doing so, but remember, you are the Empress now. You don't have to wait for something to be who you are. And I feel like this is why I just keep coming back to this tower. You're the Empress, you know, gender neutral. You're the Empress. You're not this tower moment. And maybe some have tried to pin you as this tower moment. They're just trying to take away the power that they know that you possess. You're not a tower moment. Yeah, sly energy. This sly energy. It's making me laugh. It's making me laugh because I can see it so clearly. And I feel like I can see this energy so clearly in some. Like, they think they're very slick, but they're not. And you know this too. So don't fall for it. Don't fall for it. Just retreat. Yeah, you're not playing tit for tat anymore. You checked out of that a long time ago. So anything is just being, reflected back. You're receiving the sun. You're powering up. And in fact, your guides are using this, to bring you your good fortune. And I know there's cross watchers here. This isn't for you. Again, you're receiving information you don't want to hear. Yeah. Because the sun will always shine on someone of light. And it will always be a reflection until you go through deaths and rebirths. And I think for some, you've been avoiding this tower moment for some time, but you can't run. I keep hearing you can't run from the devil. You cannot run from the devil. And the devil can just be, shadow aspects of self. We can't run from ourselves. We're all the devil inside. The devil inside? Is that a band? Is that a movie? I can't remember which. We all have shadow and light. You can't run from your own shadow. You have to embrace it. And, for us, we are for myself and those in the northern hemisphere, we're in different energy than those in the southern. We're receiving the sunshine and the light, but maybe you are deep in the mud. And I went through a shadow phase earlier this summer. We're coming towards, the midway of that. But you can't run from yourself. You can't run from yourself and who you are, but you can just choose to do better. Maybe you don't like who you are at this time. And I feel like I'm tapping into others' energy. Yeah, the sun's like sideways. Or maybe you're deciding what path to take. And that's very, very interesting. Yeah. upright angels, fallen angels. That's going to be significant for some. Like, you know that you're choosing. That's so interesting. You know that you're choosing. And we've got the cross in the center. What are you choosing? There's a death either way. There's sacrifices either way. And maybe this is something that you weren't told the truth of. Yeah, the true love that exists in the world. And Puppy's just gone to investigate something that he's heard next door. Yeah, do some more investigation. Something isn't as it seems. I'm being drawn to religion here, but it's going to take strength for you to face that. Something isn't as it seems. Yeah, ask your inner child for advice on this. If you're confused, your inner child will always bring you back to center. Yeah, I feel like you're in great conflict right now. Some that are here. Puppy's put himself down for a little rest. He's given up. And maybe that's how you feel. You don't have much strength at this time. You're like, I just want to give up. It's okay to just pause and just break. You're not going to give up. Yeah, because you'll find the strength again in the Chariot. Yeah, you're going to move from conflict straight into movement. Yeah, but I think judgment is calling right now. Did you bite the apple? Something about falling down the stairs? That's why it was apple and pears, the stairs. Someone tripped on the stairs. You felt like you fell. I'm hearing a very specific message, but a few weeks ago, I'm remembering that I almost fell down the stairs, and I jerked forward, and I felt such a strong sensation of me falling down the stairs, but it didn't happen. And now I'm being told I jumped a timeline in that moment to protect me. Someone was saved from something that was going to send you down the wrong path. And I kept getting this message of white pony. Yeah, you were on the black horse. You're a dark horse. Ooh, you're a dark horse. And now you're being shown the right path. That's so interesting. Yeah, judgment calling, but this is for your best benefit. And I'm being drawn to the blackbirds here. Blackbirds, bats, and black butterflies. Tapping into the Starr Alliance. Go straight to the cosmos for your answers. Yeah, what do you see when you look into the eyes of animals? Maybe that's a gift that you have. You see their past lives and who their souls really are. Oh, puppy. This is getting deep. Yeah, this is your justice. You're in justice era right now, but it doesn't feel like you are. Trust the process. I feel like I could sit here forever and just keep giving not random messages, but yeah, so many. Emperor and the Hangman. The moon. We have an Aquarius full moon coming up, which is going to be really powerful. And I think everyone's inner child is going to be speaking to them because they're ready for a new pathway. Yeah, perhaps you feel like you've been hung, drawn, and quartered recently. Yeah, someone you were the Emperor in reverse, and you've gone through your time of judgment, and now we're moving into the phase of being able to build and create something more substantial, more powerful, and more potently aligned for you. You're the Magician and the Star. Yeah, I knew we were going to end on a star, and I didn't know what that meant, but it's a star card. You can trust the cosmos. It's not lying to you, whoever needs to hear that. Yeah, fill up your own cup. Fill up your life right now with things that make you feel alive and your inner child alive. That feels like a consistent theme for myself and those closest to me. It's like inner child is really stepping forward to help you see from a new perspective. Yeah, have strength, no fear. If you feel fear, that's okay, but fear is always aligning you with the brightest light to you. But there's something you're waiting for. And this eye was being drawn out between the cards as it laid like this. You're waiting to see something. You're going to see this thing in the eyes of someone else. And for someone, you're going to come eyes to eyes with something that you didn't believe existed. And you're going to see it. And your life's not going to be the same. Yeah, touching the precipice. This feels like between realms, between realities. Waiting for the eyes. And I just keep seeing all of these eyes here. All of these eyes. It's like watching. We're watching. And maybe that's what maybe that's what you're feeling. Maybe there's a confusion. You feel energy around you, but you're feeling that it's negative when it's actually positive. This is your teams of light surrounding you. That's a confirmation for someone. Knees buckling. Perhaps your knees have been hurting of late. Buckling under the pressure. For someone, you need to have the strength to, I'm hearing, effing walk away from everything that doesn't serve you. Like, now is the time. In this moon space, it's got to go. So that you can reach the stars. Yeah, there's no more. There's a card that I keep hearing, abate the pace before it's too late. If you wait any longer, it's too late. You have to make a move now into your alignment with this moon. Everyone, there is something that is your wheel of fortune. Has to be brought into the energy of your wheel of fortune with this next moon that we have. It's here for you. Yeah. Well, that's all for today. I'm hearing that's all, folks, from Looney Tunes. I don't know what this is. This felt very strange to me, but a lot of energy. So I hope there were some messages that felt aligned to you, because there was a lot coming through. But yeah, I'll be back real soon. Take care.